Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make 6 delicious dressings that are really easy to make. We're going to make 5 savory dressings that you can use for your salads or for your dips, and we're going to make 1 sweet dressing that you can dip your fruits like apples or strawberries in it. All these dressings do not require a blender, so it's super fast and super easy to make, and you don't need to wash any special equipment. So are you ready? So let's go. Okay, our first dressing is going to be avocado-cilantro lime. It's really easy, really simple to make. All you need to do is you have your ripe avocado. I'm really hoping this avocado is okay. Let's see. Good, it's perfect. All you need to do, cut your avocado in half and then you squeeze it into the bowl and you take this seed out. Take all the avocado off. You don't need the seed, and we're just gonna squeeze all this avocado out of its shell. So next ingredient we're gonna use is our lime. It's literally called avocado lime cilantro, so it's really easy. Easy to remember. Okay, so we need the juice of approximately 1 lime. I already have these limes pre-chopped because I like to do a little bit of meal preps because it just makes my life easier. Okay, so I squeezed the juice of approximately 1 lime. Now, what I need is, I need about a tablespoon of freshly chopped cilantro. So I'll put that in there, and I need a little bit of salt. So let's put some salt. You don't have to put salt if you don't eat salt, but I like to use a little bit of salt in my dressings. And I also have cumin. I'm gonna need to use a little bit of cumin. And I'm gonna use a little bit of garlic powder as well. We're gonna have some black pepper, and you can always adjust the spices. You can use as little or as much of it as you really like. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start mixing this up, and then we will see how much water we're gonna need to add, because this is a sauce or a dressing or a dip, and we need it to thin it down because otherwise it's gonna be too thick. It's gonna be like guacamole. Okay, so just mix. Really easy, really fast. And like I said, you don't need any blender for this. If you're planning to make a salad for yourself and you really don't want to take out that blender and then wash it and deal with all this, just take a bowl and just mix it up like that. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Just a little bit. I'm gonna use my tablespoon because we're gonna add 1 tablespoon at a time. I don't want to make it too thin, but at the same time it has to be thinner. So total I'm adding about 4 tablespoons. But that's it. I don't need any more than that. Now I'm gonna need to have a little taste test. Yummy. I really like how cumin is mixed in with this avocado dressing. Really yummy. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna cut a little piece. Oops. So I got a small piece of my bell pepper, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little dip. Very yummy. Very good. Very easy, really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in our container, in this little jar. And we're gonna move on to the rest of the sauces. I promise you, all of them are super fast and super easy. And the ingredients are not really complicated either. All these ingredients that we put in these sauces are easily pronounceable. Unlike the sauces you buy in the stores. Those are definitely some scary names I've seen. Okay, so this is it. This is our first sauce, avocado, lime, and cilantro. Very simple. I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, our next sauce we're gonna make is almond butter dressing. And for that, of course, our first ingredient is almond butter. I really love this raw sprouted almond butter. This is not sponsored. I just really enjoy this brand. And what we need to do, we need to add 2 tablespoons I can just eat this almond butter with my spoon. I don't need anything else. It's so delicious. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Next one, I have this fancy bottle of maple syrup that they sell in Costco now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. Pinch of sea salt. I'm gonna use just a little bit of black pepper. That's it. That's enough. We don't need too much. And of course, to thin it down, we're gonna need to use some water. So I'm gonna start by adding, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water. Let's go ahead and mix it up. Well, this mixture is gonna transform into this deliciousness within a matter of a few seconds. And you see, this is what it looks like, the thickness. And I need to use an extra tablespoon of water. That's a bit too thick. Did you know that you can make almond milk by just blending some almond butter and water? And you don't even need to strain anything. It's so easy, simple, and quick. I have a video of a few easy plant milks that I made earlier. So I'm gonna link this somewhere here so you can guys check it out if you still haven't seen it yet. So easy to make all these milks. So let's move on. Okay, this is good. I don't need to add any more water to this. This is perfect. Now I'm gonna use another piece of bell pepper and we're gonna give it a super quick taste test. I'm telling you, this almond butter brand, it makes a really huge difference in sauces and in everything. It's just so delicious. I don't know what they do, but it just says 100% truly raw, organic, unpasteurized almond. That's all it has, all the ingredients. It's creamy, it's unsalty, it's just almonds. But the way they do it, or maybe it's a specific kind of almonds, it just tastes so good, guys. I love this almond butter. So let's go ahead and transfer this almond butter dressing to our jar. And we'll move on to the next one. So here is our almond butter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. And we're gonna move on to dressing number 3. So next one we're gonna make is gonna be our peanut butter lime sauce. Of course, we're gonna need some peanut butter, and this is organic peanut butter. Make sure to buy organic peanut butter, otherwise you don't want to ingest all those glyphosates and all those disgusting chemicals. So just make sure your peanut butter is organic, and this one only has dry roasted organic peanuts and sea salt, so it's not really raw, but I like to use peanut butter once in a while, and this is what I have on hand. I buy this in Costco, 2 packs, and it lasts me quite a long time. What I'm gonna need for this sauce is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Now you can meal prep all the sauces and you can store it in the fridge for a few days. It's no problem, well, except for the avocado dressing. This must be eaten within a day, otherwise it's gonna start turning brown and gonna look nasty. But the rest of the dressing, the peanut butter and the almond butter, you can store easily in the fridge for 3 to 4 days and it's no problem. So next ingredient I'm gonna add is our lime juice. I'm gonna need to squeeze a juice from about 1 line approximately. Our next ingredient is this coconut aminos. It's gonna give this umami flavor, but it's much less sodium, this sauce, and the ingredients are organic coconut tree sap and a little bit of salt. So this is what we're gonna use for our kind of saltiness. So I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon for sweetness. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. Okay, so now all that's left to do is add a couple of tablespoons of water, and we're gonna mix it all up. Few seconds of your time and you're gonna have a delicious peanut butter dressing. Just keep on mixing until it's nice and creamy. And if you are trying to meal prep all the sauces, I suggest to double up or maybe even triple the quantities, because like I said, peanut butter and almond butter, they last in the fridge for a few days, no problem. And it's just gonna make your life so much easier if you have all the sauces prepped. Okay, so this is what I have, but it needs a little bit more water. So I'm gonna add another tablespoon of water, and we're gonna give it a mix. I'm adding 1 more tablespoon because it's still a little bit too thick. I'm gonna leave the full recipe in the description below, so make sure to check it out. This is kind of what our sauce looks like. And let's give it a quick taste test and let's see what it tastes like. Of course, peanut butter is delicious. Really yummy, really mild sauce, nothing crazy here, but it's very, very delicious, and it's gonna be really good either as a dip or just a little dressing on your favorite salad. It's so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it into this jar. This is how much we have, not too much, but like I said, if you like to meal prep, just double or triple the amount of ingredients that I have here, and you're gonna be good to go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this aside, and we're gonna move on to dressing number 4. Okay, next sauce we're gonna make is our tahini garlic sauce. So for that, of course, we're gonna need to have some tahini. This is just organic tahini, and we're gonna need to use again 2 tablespoons. Once again, this sauce is gonna be easily stored in the fridge for up to 4, maybe even 5 days, and it's good to go. So I'm gonna need to use 2 tablespoons of tahini. I love this tahini too, this brand. This brand is really nice, this Pepperwood brand. They make delicious tahini. Okay, so next we're gonna need to use some lemon juice. And I need to use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast. So 1 teaspoon of that. Next, since this is a tahini garlic dressing, we're gonna need some real garlic, not the powder. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this garlic right into the bowl. And I'm just gonna use a knife and cut it like that. That's good to go. I also need a little bit of salt. I use this pink salt, pink Himalayan. I'm going to use a couple of tablespoons of water to thin it down once again. And instead of blender, like I said, we're not using blender, we're using our fork, and we're just blending it with the fork. So easy, you don't even need a whisk. But if you have one of those tiny whisks, it would be nice. So this sauce also, and the same thing with peanut butter and almond butter, when it stands in the fridge for a little bit, it kind of thickens up. So that's why I tend to add a little bit more water and make it a little bit on the thinner side, because I know it's gonna thicken up with time. Okay, so try to mix as well as you can. If you see these little clumps there, that's fine because it's our garlic. Let's go ahead and give it a taste test. This time I'm gonna go ahead and use my red pepper. Let's give it a taste test. You know, with tahini, it's hard to go wrong. You can add any flavor into tahini and you're gonna have a freaking delicious dressing, I'm telling you. I love tahini. And this garlicky tahini is really, really nice. You can just dip your vegetables and have a really good snack like that. Okay, I need to transfer this to another container. And we're gonna try and make another sauce. Okay, and now our tahini garlic dressing is ready. I'm gonna put it on the side, and we're gonna make a sauce number 5. Okay, our next sauce we're gonna make is our creamy tahini lemon sauce. So once again, we're gonna use the same kind of tahini and the same amount. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons. Next, I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. See how easy it is when you meal prep your things? I really love to meal prep lemon juice because I use it throughout the week. It doesn't go bad. It's good for at least a week. And I use it in all kinds of sauces and drinks, and it just makes my life so much easier. Okay, so next ingredient for our sauce is maple syrup. I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon, and we're gonna use a little bit of black pepper. And once again, I'm going to use a little bit of this salt, this pink Himalayan salt, 2 tablespoons of water. Mix this up. Mix it, mix it, mix it until it's nice and creamy and there are no clumps left. You know, you can also add to this sauce is some Dijon mustard or some ground up mustard, and it's gonna give this interesting taste. I like to use that sometimes, but if you don't have it, it could be as simple as this. As you can see, we don't have a lot of ingredients here. It's very, very simple. You just have to use the right ingredients. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this one to our little jar. Oh wait, we gotta give it a taste test first. Hold on. So I'm gonna use the same red pepper, and we're gonna dip here. It's perfect. It's nice. It's not super sour, but it's yummy. It's really, really delicious. Okay, I'm gonna add this to the jar. So our 5 sauces are done. Now we're gonna make our final one. So let me clean up and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So for our final sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and make this delicious chocolate sauce. So for that, for the chocolate part, of course, I'm gonna need to use raw cacao, and I need 1 tablespoon of raw cacao. Okay, our next ingredient is almond butter. I'm using the same kind, and I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons. We also need to have some maple syrup, so I'm gonna use a tablespoon of maple syrup. There we go. And I'm gonna use a little bit of vanilla powder, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, 3 tablespoons of water, and let's go ahead and mix it up. And what you can use here, you can dip some apples or some strawberries or any of your favorite fruit. You can just dip in this chocolate to make it like a dessert. Now, some people like to use carob instead of cacao, but I'm not a big fan of carob. That's why I still use a little bit of cacao once in a while. I don't eat it on a daily basis, but I do enjoy it once in a while. And if you feel like it's too thick, maybe add a little bit more water. Like I said, these are all adjustable sauces. You can adjust it to your likings, to your thinness or thickness, or to your special tastes. You can add different spices. Obviously not here, not in the chocolate sauce, but in the other sauces you can do whatever you want. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to make these raw delicious sauces. It smells like delicious, delicious chocolate sauce already. Okay, so this is good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this apple. Cheers! Alright, let's go ahead and give it a taste test. Okay, you cannot go wrong with this sauce. It's so, so, so delicious. I love it. And once again, you can keep this in your fridge for a few days, but I doubt that it's gonna last that long in your fridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this into our last container. Okay, here we go. This peanut butter, this almond butter with cacao and maple, that's it. It's delicious. So good, guys. So here they are. Beautiful sauces. Look at this. So out of all the sauces, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this avocado sauce because like I said, it's gonna go brown if you don't eat it within the same day. So I like to eat it while it's still nice and green. So I'm gonna use that first, and then the rest. And this is my dessert. So good, guys. So easy. As you can see, the sauces are super, super, super easy to make, and they are delicious, and you don't have a million of ingredients, and they're not gonna weigh you down. They're gonna keep your taste buds very, very happy. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, if you still haven't watched my video where I make delicious plant milks, the very, very easy plant milks where you don't need any straining. You know how you usually have to make a plant milk, you have to put it in like some sort of nut milk and start squeezing, or you might need some special machine to make it. But you don't need any of that. All you need is blender and couple of ingredients and you're done. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna leave a link somewhere here and in the description below, so you can go and check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to click on the like button. It really helps my channel grow and I can make more of this deliciousness for you guys. So all these delicious recipes that I make here, they are really easy and they are all healthy. So I highly recommend subscribing to my channel if you haven't done it already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!